everyone! Get ready for your astrological forecast for Sagittarius in June 2025. June is going to be a really dynamic month for you, Sag. On one hand, you'll step into a leadership role, not just for your own projects, but also within a community of people. Maybe your family, a friend group, or your work team. You'll tell them, "I've got this. I know what we need to do, and we'll succeed if you follow my lead." And your guidance truly will help everyone achieve success. This isn't about ego or showing who's boss. It's coming from a place of love and genuine care for this group. It's your understanding that, yes, I can organize all of this, plan it out, give instructions, and then we'll all benefit. No matter what you're up to this month, or what your plans are, the June full moon in your sign will totally put you in the spotlight. Everyone will be looking at you, talking about you, or you'll be presenting yourself in a specific, important role. It's a time of heightened attention on you. June 2025 is also going to bring a real sense of relief in many areas. Maybe not even with anything specific, just a general feeling that things are easier than they were. For your sign, this month really kicks up financial energies. So expect an increase in income or an improved financial situation. This might not even come from your personal efforts right now, but rather from efforts you made in the past. And overall, thanks to your innate resourcefulness. The real lucky ducks this month are those of you born at the very beginning of your sign, specifically November 23rd through 26th of any year. But hey, it's not just them. Let's dive deeper into the most important astrological events of June and how they'll impact your sign step by step. Key astrological dates, their impact. June 5, Mercury in tense aspect to the karmic lunar nodes. This is a really important checkpoint, sitting right between the events of March and September 2025. It's essentially a day where you'll be choosing a path for what awaits you in September. This could relate to something that came up during the spring eclipses, specifically in March 2025. For you, this is about relationships, personal, friendly, business, or joint ventures. It's a crucial day where you're essentially deciding the future. June 6th, Venus moves into Taurus, your 6th house. Venus is all about pleasure and enjoyment. And in Taurus, it's super strong because it's right at home. It truly shines here, bringing out its best qualities. Venus symbolizes everything that brings us joy, emotions, feelings, love, and our material world. This transit of Venus through your 6th house will last until July 4th. This is when you'll really feel things lighten up. Maybe not through big events, but just an internal sense of ease and improvement. What specifically can this Venus transit bring for you? First off, it's about your health. Expect improvements in your well-being. And if you're dealing with treatments or medical procedures, Venus brings betterment and relief. The 6th house also symbolizes our living and working conditions, and Venus makes things more comfortable. Think a less stressful work schedule or better conditions in your job, maybe great new colleagues, profitable new clients, or improved relationships within your team. Venus in the 6th house also points to improvements in your daily life and routines. This could mean solving a renovation issue, or buying things for your home that add harmony. Venus also represents women, so this could be a time when you hire someone to help you out, perhaps a household assistant, a nanny, or someone for one-off tasks. This whole Venus transit will give you a feeling that your surroundings are more favorable, your schedule is less demanding, and you can allow yourself more rest. June 8th, Mercury moves into your 8th house, and June 9th, generous Jupiter, your ruling planet, also moves into your 8th house. Jupiter will hang out in your 8th house for a whole year. Jupiter highlights the area of life where we'll see incredible opportunities for expansion and improvement. And Jupiter is entering the sector of your chart that symbolizes shared finances and resources. What can this bring over the next year? An expansion of your financial possibilities, but often not through your own direct efforts. Think receiving a lump sum from a deal, a one-off income, or an increase in income for your life partner or parents, basically, people with whom you share a budget. Jupiter transiting the 8th house also indicates you can make good money managing other people's resources or capital, perhaps as a mediator. This could also point to a major purchase or investment. For some, this Jupiter transit will even bring marriage and an expansion of your budget because your partner will be contributing. By the way, I have a separate video on my channel that dives deeper into what Jupiter's transit means for each sign, and I'll link to it in the description below this video. June 11th, very important, full moon in your sign. A full moon is about completion, culmination, clarity, and results. Your sign represents your honest house, the house of your personality, your personal goals, and aspirations. This full moon brings a conclusion or a peak in whatever is currently most important and foundational for you. It indicates a shift in the role you're playing or the image you're projecting to others. This could also signify important events related to your work or personal ambitions. This full moon will give you a sense of achievement, that you've reached specific and necessary results. It's a time to take stock, like before New Year's, evaluating what you've accomplished and what goals are still on your list. It's a significant milestone on your path. June 14th, Venus intense opposition to Black Moon Lilith. This will impact your 6th and 12th houses. This is an aspect of mirages and illusions, of confusion and errors. It's a time when you might suspect someone of something, but you really shouldn't jump to conclusions. Also, don't quickly agree to offers that seem too good to be true. June 15th, two tense aspects, square between Uranus and Mars, and square between Saturn and Jupiter. The impact of these aspects will likely play out more on a grander scale. Think sudden events and unsettling news. However, in your personal life, there could be hiccups, disrupted plans, or unexpected arguments. Something might even break down this day, so it's important to stay calm and balanced. June 17th, Mars, the source of strength and action, moves into Virgo, your 10th house. The 10th house is about our goals, ambitions, social status, power, and influence. This period, from June 17th to early August 2025, is when you'll be putting in a lot of effort to achieve results. This primarily relates to work-related matters, job responsibilities, and important documents. It could also involve the care of your parents or improving their living situation. You might see a change in your work status, a new position, new responsibilities, or a new scope of duties. And all of this happens not on its own, but thanks to your persistence. On the downside, this period could bring conflicts with superiors or with any controlling or auditing bodies. You'll be quite meticulous and attentive in your dealings, especially with documents. June 19th, Jupiter in a tense aspect to Neptune. This aspect will play out on the external level as a crisis of faith or disillusionment in ideologies. Again, I'll do a separate detailed video on this aspect because it will affect all of us. On a personal level, this aspect raises questions about boundaries, what you consider permissible for yourself. June 21st, Sun moves into Cancer, summer solstice. This is one of the 4 cardinal points of the year, and from an astronomical perspective, summer begins in the northern hemisphere. It's a significant power point of the year, a time for realizing the plans you conceived back in December 2024. June 24th, Sun and Jupiter conjunct in your 8th house. This is a really positive moment, a conjunction of 2 active, productive, and energetic planets. This day begins a yearly cycle of growth and expansion in the area of your chart where it occurs. For you, that's the 8th house again, the sector of joint and shared finances and resources. The Sun and Jupiter conjunct in this sector only happens once every 12 years, essentially creating a stream of luck. For you, this means an expansion of your budget and new opportunities in the financial sphere. Again, this isn't necessarily from your personal efforts, but from growth in your partner's income, receiving an inheritance, passive income, successful and profitable investments, income from previous ventures, or managing other people's resources. I'll soon be publishing a detailed additional video on what you need to do on this day to create that flow of luck. June 25, new moon in your 8th house. A new moon is a conjunction of the moon and sun, a birth of new energy. So it brings something new to this area of your life. For you, it's again about money and resources. This could be a time when you open a new bank account or submit financial documents for a loan or mortgage. It's a time when you might resolve issues related to your financial obligations or the obligations of others or organizations towards you. You could be processing documents needed for social payments or alimony. This is also a time when you might receive a valuable gift or a deal might close. June 28th, Mercury moves into your 9th house and is in a lucky aspect to Saturn and Neptune. This is a very favorable sign for you, as this aspect will complete a configuration of luck, specifically for your sign. On one hand, this brings a sense of everything's good, and on the other, a strong urge to change your scenery, to get new experiences, to travel somewhere. You can also expect success and good news related to your children. This could be a joint trip with them, or some joyful events in their lives. It might even be a romantic trip with someone you're currently in love with. This aspect also points to opportunities for expansion in your work projects. This influence is especially favorable for those of you born between November 23rd and 26th of any year. Special midpoint days. Finally, in June 2025, there are 3 very unique days: June 11th, 18th, and 25. These are midpoints between eclipses, a time of turbulence. They're not bad days, but you should avoid starting new plans that you've meticulously thought out. Anything begun on one of these dates might not develop as you expect. These days are great for impulsive, emotional actions, for taking a chance, or for a whatever happens, happens approach. But if you have a clear, step-by-step plan and a precise understanding of what you want to achieve, it's best not to launch it on these dates. I wish you a wonderful and successful month, my dear Sagittarians. If this forecast was helpful to you, put a like and press the bell. Subscribe to the Zodiac Soul Insights channel and get a plus in karma from the universe. Share in the comments. Was this forecast helpful to you, and how much coincides with your events? See you in the next video. May the stars be on your side.